Very good morning. My name is Vinay, botany lecturer. I have 17 years experience. Okay, this video I am explaining Liliaceae family. Before video I am explaining Solanaceae family diagrams. Then in the Liliaceae family, this is the first question of the practical examination, taxonomy. In the taxonomy, when we got the Liliaceae family, this is the onion family, Liliaceae family. Okay, in this, what we have to draw the diagram. First, okay, twig with inflorescence. Plant with inflorescence means this is the plant. Then after maturity, on this plants, okay, they develop into flowers. Means that inflorescence will be developed on the plant. Okay, that inflorescence in this inflorescence is called umbel inflorescence. Umbel means, okay, umbel racemose. In the racemose type inflorescence, different types are there. In that, one type is called umbel type of inflorescence. Means long stalk is developed. The peduncle is modified to long stalk like structure. Okay, long stalk like structure. At the tip of the peduncle, the flowers, all flowers are arranged. They are located. Okay, they are arranged in a common one point. The type of inflorescence is called umbel type of inflorescence. Right here, involucre bracts means all the bracts are located at the one place. It is called involucre bracts. All the bracts are located at the one place. It is called involucre bract. Okay, right? This is the involucre bract. The bracts are present in this. In this bracts are present. Okay, this is the bracteate flower. But all the bracts are located at the one place. It is called involucre bract. Right? This is the twig with inflorescence. This is the floral first plant with flower or plant with, otherwise it is also called twig with inflorescence. Okay, this is the first diagram you have to draw. Then many diagrams are in the manual. In the manuals, okay, many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 diagrams are there. But all 5 diagrams are not necessary. You have to draw only 3 diagrams. Okay, these 3 diagrams only you have marks. Out of 6 out of 5 you have to draw only 3 diagrams. The 3 diagrams are must and should. When you draw these 3 diagrams you can get 6 marks compulsory. This is the first question, right? Then this is the first twig with inflorescence or plant with flower. Then after that, LS of the flower. When we take the flower and cut into the vertical plane, that gives LS of the flower. That LS of the flower, in this mainly labeling also very important in this LS of the flower. The labeling means in this sepals and petals are absent. The sepals or petals are converted into only they are yellow, white color, they are colorless, they are called perianth. In this is the main characteristics important for the NEET, that is homochlamydious. The no variation of sepals and petals. The sepals and petals structurally both are similar. It is called homochlamydious. Homochlamydious. When the sepals or petals are, the structurally both are similar, it is called homochlamydious. When it is homochlamydious, the sepals, no, it is, we are not, this is the, okay, generally outer wall, here the 3 outer wall they are arranged. Generally in a flower, outer wall of the flower, when we observe the, okay, datura plant, datura flower, this outer wall of the flower, this is the flower. When we observe this outer wall, this is the green color. The green color outer wall of the floral parts are called sepals. Inner wall of the floral parts are called petals. When we observe the flower, the sepals and petals are present. This is the sepals, this is the petals. When we observe the flower. But in this, no sepals and petals. This outer wall of the flower is called outer wall that contain 3. Inner wall also contain 3. The total 6, okay, tepals are present. The tepals are called perianth. The tepals also called perianth. Means the tepals are, means here the perianth is made up of tepals. Perianth is made up of tepals. How many tepals are present? The 6 tepals are present. Means here perianth are 6, outer 3 and inner. This is the outer, this is the outer, this is the outer. When we write the floral formula, okay, this is the bracteate flower, Br, okay, then E bracteolate, EBRL, then this is also actinomorphic flower, then no calyx and no corolla, only that contain perianth. The perianth are 3 plus 3, outer 3 wall and inner 3 wall, they are arranged in the outer 3 wall, they are united, and again inner wall also united, the total 6 are united. That's why we can write this floral formula is, okay, P 3 plus 3. Then after that, stamens. In the stamens also, okay, 6. They are arranged in a 3 plus 3. When we observe the stamens, okay, this every perianth that contains stamens, the total stamens are 6, outer 3 and inner 3. They are not united. They are not united. Okay, they are united. They are within the bracket. They are not united. That's why they are without bracket. Understand? Then after that, andrecium is 3 plus 3. Then gynoecium that contain 3 carpels. The 3 carpels, that's why it is called tricarpellary. And gynoecium is, this is the hypogynous flower, superior ovary and syncarpus. All 3 carpels are united. Okay, all 3, this placentation is axial placentation. All 3 carpels are united. That's why it is a, okay, carpels are, placentation is axial placentation and carpels 3 are united. That's why it is called, okay, syncarpus gynoecium. Syncarpus gynoecium. Understand? When we observe the, okay, this is the label it. Okay, for example, first one, this is the perianth, this is the stamen. The stamen that consists of 2 parts. This is the anther and this is the filament. Then this is the ovary. Okay, in this is totally, it is called gynoecium or carpel. The gynoecium that consists of 3 parts, that is a ovary, style and stigma. Ovary, style and stigma. Within the ovary that contain ovules here. Okay, this is the LS of the flower. Then after that, floral diagram. When we observe the floral diagram, here this is the, okay, bract side, where the bracts are present, this is called anterior. That opposite bract side is called posterior. The posterior side always that contain mother axis. Mother axis means where the flowers are attached, it is called mother axis. Then opposite side it is called, okay, this is the bract side. In this bracts are present, that's why we can, okay, draw this bract compulsory. Then after that, the sepals are, this perianth are, okay, 3 outer wall. This is the outer wall, this is also outer wall, this is also outer wall. Then 3 are inside, they are 3 are inside, 3 are outside. See this one, this is outside, this is also outside, this is also outside. The 3 are outside and 3 are inside. This is inside, this is inside, this is inside. The total 6 perianth are present. They are arranged in a 3. The floral diagram, why you are drawing the floral diagram in the examination and all, you have to observe this. Okay, 3 in a outer wall, 3 are in a outer. For the NEET examination also, this is also very, very important. Okay, the posterior side inner wall, anterior side outer wall. That odd perianth or tepal, that odd tepal is, okay, bract side is the outer wall, mother axis side is the inner side. Okay, we have to follow that, you have to follow that one also. Means here, outer wall of the odd one, this is the, okay, these are both, that's why it is not a odd one, this is the even number, this is the odd one. Out of 3, 2 at the one place, 1 at the another place. That's why it is the odd one is the, okay, bract side, odd one is the back side, outer wall. Then inner wall, odd one is the, okay, inner wall, odd one is the, okay, this is the mother axis side. You have to follow this diagram. This diagram also very, very important for the NEET examination. Then after that, carpel. Okay, then stamens in this, the stamens are united with the, this is also important. The stamens are united with the perianth. This is called epipillous condition. Epipillous means when the stamens are united with the perianth, it is called epipillous. Epipetalous means when the stamens are united, okay, already before video, okay, before I explained this one. Here when the stamens are united with the, okay, the stamens are united with the petals, it is called epipetalous condition. Same in a liliaceae members, when the stamens are united with the perianth, okay, all they are united with the perianth, it is called epipillous condition. Epipillous condition. Understand? Okay. These 3 diagrams are must and should for the, these 3 diagrams are must and should for the practical examination. Okay, this first question, Solanaceae and Liliaceae, one will come. These 3 diagrams are must and should. You have to write the all the characteristics. Then after that, next video, I will show the, okay, dicot stem diagrams. What are the diagrams are necessary? Dicot stem or monocot stem, dicot root, monocot root. Okay, out of one will come, that is the second section. Then after that, we go to third section. Then after that, fourth section also there. Fourth section means, okay, spotters, slides and specimens. I will explain that also in the next video. Right? Thank you very much. We will meet in the next video. Thank you.